Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Today we are going to talk about 6 different ways of how to stop with inline skates. It's one of the most common questions, one of the most common comments that I get on this channel. How do I stop? As someone who has a shop, I also see a lot of people scared of buying skates because they don't know how to stop. So hopefully this will help people to feel a little bit more confident on skates. So for the first way of stopping, I'm going to start with an exercise. Always think about a fruit, a lemon. The lemon has this kind of shape, right? So check my feet. If I have my feet parallel, I won't go anywhere. If I point my toes out, I go forward. If I point my heels out, I go backwards. So now I put all of this together. I go forward. I go backwards. I keep on doing this. Without even realizing, I'm stopping. When I go from forwards to backwards, I stop. Now, I can also apply this with a bit more speed. Check this out. With a bit more speed, this is it. I open, and I go backwards. So the most important thing here is to not forget that pointing your toes in and your heels out will make you go backwards. So when you go from open legs to closed legs, keeping your feet in this position and pushing them away from each other, these will make you stop. Start with the basic progression, which is the lemon, and you'll very quickly understand. Now, since we're talking about different skills on inline skates, let me just tell you that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. And you might be thinking, what is Skillshare? Well, Skillshare is an online learning platform where you can basically learn everything that has to do with digital. You can learn how to make websites, you can learn how to film these videos, how to edit these videos. So as most of you guys might know, I usually edit my videos on the computer. But a lot of times I just film things with my phone, or sometimes when I go somewhere I don't bring the computer with me and I just wish I could edit something on my iPad or on my phone. So I went on Skillshare and I looked for how to use LumaFusion, which is the program that I use. I found this very cool course from Stuart Little. I'm really learning a lot more about this. So this is just an example of something that I've been learning on Skillshare, and you could learn too, but you could learn about a lot of other things. And the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description or the link in the first comment of this video, they will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So if you are willing to learn a new skill, if you want to really grow on what you're doing, make sure to check the link in the description. And that is it. Once again, thank you Skillshare. Now let's get back to the video. For the second way of how to stop, and to be totally honest with you, I don't really know the name of this way to stop, so I'm gonna call it stepping plow. And what is that? For you to start doing this, you should by now be comfortable with the plow stop. And if you are comfortable with the plow stop, you will find out that if you go a bit too fast, it's going to be harder for you to stop. And sometimes people, they are scared of doing this, and when their feet close, they hit each other and they fall forward. So this would be it. Imagine, I'm going to do it slow, but it would be something like this. Imagine you're skating, and instead of doing this, you're going to do this with one foot at a time. I'm going to do it again. So I'm just skating forward, and now to stop, check this. 1, 2, 3. And it's basically applying the exact same movement that I said previously, but just one foot at a time. That's why I'm calling it stepping plow. You will see this way of stopping a lot with speed skaters. You'll see speed skaters going around the track very fast, or going on roads or doing a marathon, and if they need to stop, a lot of them actually stop like this. And one of the reasons why people like to stop like this is because it doesn't burn wheels. And you will understand that when I tell you the third way to stop, and that is a T-stop. And the T-stop, well, this is where you burn your wheels the most. So usually when you are stop in the same position, especially in the beginning, you want to make a T with your feet, meaning that the rear wheel of one of your skates go into the middle of the other one. From here, well, this could be the perfect progression for a T-stop. So check this out. I'm going to roll one foot forward, and I'm going to drag this foot here. At first this is very hard because a lot of people don't know where their weight should be. So what you're going to do is you put your legs on the front leg, you roll it, you keep your weight there, and now with your weight on the front leg, you bring the back foot next to the front one. You keep doing this a bit more, and once you start doing this and controlling it, once you start controlling this, well, this is exactly how you do a T-stop. Check this out. And you T-stop. Now, there's obviously some progressions that you need to learn in order to bring your foot from here to here. You cannot put too much pressure on the front wheel, you cannot put too much pressure on the back wheel, otherwise you'll go here or you'll go there. So a very easy way for you to understand how to do it is basically you put your weight on your stronger leg, on the one that you are not going to stop. You bring the other one back, you stay on the front wheel only, and then let it fall. And then from here, you control the pressure on the front and the back wheel to be about the same. So I'll do these a bit faster. Easy, that's a T-stop. Now, because this video is about 6 different ways to stop, let me pick something here. Wrong foot. You will see that most of the beginner skates, especially fitness skates, they come with this thing. This is a brake. And you can brake with this too. I'm usually not the biggest fan of stopping with a brake because what I always say is that imagine if you're driving a car, the rear left wheel would brake and none of the others would brake. Well, it's harder to balance, especially for beginners, but some people prefer. So for you to be able to stop with this, a tip that I like to give to people learning is to bring their hands in front. So you bring your hands in front, you bring your bum down, you bring one of your feet forward, and then from here you lift your toe. Now I'm going to put the skates on. It felt like I came from a Ferrari to a Vespa. Not too hard. Not the biggest fan of using a brake, but it's a possibility. So now you know 4. Now let's talk about the 5th way of how to stop. Well, this is a very, very obvious one. If you start seeing people coming down the slope with skis, you will see that a lot of times they're just slaloming, right? Meaning that when you change direction, you are avoiding that angle. Now, if you're going at a certain speed, and if you don't push anymore, and if you just want to lose that speed, you can just curl until you lose the whole speed. Imagine, if you would need 10 meters to stop, you don't need 10 meters of surface, of rolling surface. You can basically just curl those 10 meters, right? Something like this. Imagine, if I would need like 5 meters for my skates to lose speed and for me to stop, it's not even stopping, huh? Now, if I just curl around for those 5 meters, check what happens. So, this is it. It's a very basic and very obvious one, and sometimes people don't think about it, but this is just very simple. Of course, you might have seen other people do it, not just turning like this. Some people actually do it kind of like a compass, which is like this, and they stop, meaning that they use the rear wheel of one of their feet as the spike of the compass and the other one as the as the drawing pen or drawing pencil. So other way of doing it would be also in a side stance. Obviously, these are all a bit more advanced and it's not for everyone, but it's another way of stopping. And then the last one, it's actually the most advanced one, and that's a slide stop. So let's see that slide stop. That's something that it's usually only done by advanced skaters. Actually, the first time that I've seen it was downhill skaters, and they were doing it like if they were on skis, and that's something that I really enjoy. I think it's the best looking way of stopping in inline skates. Check this out. I hope I don't fall, because that's one of those things, like it doesn't matter for how long you've been skating, when it comes to a slide and stop, you can always happen. The surface and all that can be, let's see. Almost like this. I could do it better. See, I've been skating my whole life and sometimes I can't control my feet, but just before I do it again, let me explain you a little bit of what I do here. I've done 2 videos on this channel about how to slide stop or how to slide with inline skates, but basically the most important thing when you do something like this is to understand that one of your feet goes on the outside edge, the other one goes on the inside edge. There's a lot of progressions that you can do for you to learn, but then just go to this video right here and then you will learn to do it. Now let me just show you a better executed one. Now that was a good one. This is a slide to stop, and this is obviously, I think, the most efficient way. If you go really fast, can be the most efficient, but also the riskier one. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Do not forget to go to the link in the description or to click on the first link on the first comment of this video. It really helps me a lot. I need to say once again thank you to Skillshare and to all of you guys for watching these videos. I want to see more people on skates, and that's why I make these videos. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. Let me know what you didn't like about this video. And like I always say, with cars in the background, without cars in the background, the most important thing is to never ever forget why we all started skating, and that it's because it's fun. Cheers and see you soon. Whoop. It got a little longer, so